LTV News is back, and we're so excited for all the news we have to share with you today. From the newest movie-themed experience at the Wells Fargo Center, the female leaders of LaSalle, and the release of Peep's new soda-flavored candy coming this Easter. Hello, I'm Erin Holly.
And I'm Maria Johnson. Stay tuned to hear about how LaSalle honors new student athletes into the Hall of Athletes, and Apple releasing several new emojis with its newest update. You won't want to miss it. You're watching LTV News, where the action never stops.
Hello and welcome back to LTV News, where we bring you everything from 20th and Olney Avenue, Philadelphia, and the world.
There's a lot to catch up on in the next half hour, as Tori had the chance to talk with LaSalle employee who also runs her own business in Philadelphia. And Donnie and Maddie had the opportunity to check out the Army's ROTC training that took place on campus last Thursday.
But to start off, I have just one question. Are you looking for ways to celebrate Lent? On February 22nd, the 40-day season of prayer, self-discipline, and almsgiving began and will last until Holy Thursday in April. Each year, LaSalle University develops a series of events, programs that provide access to sacraments with focus on faith and togetherness this Lent season. On Ash Wednesday, LaSalle was distributing ashes from 9 to 6 in various spots around campus. If you're looking for more ways to celebrate at LaSalle, there are plenty of options. During Lent, almsgiving is an intent to focus on donating to the poor and performing acts of charity. This year, for almsgiving, LaSalle will raise money for earthquake relief in Turkey and Syria. In the Catholic Church, fasting is another way to celebrate Lent, which refers to reducing your food intake as well as not eating meat on Fridays during Lent. You can also make an appointment for confession on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays by contacting Father Frank Berna. Mass will be offered in the De La Salle Chapel Mondays through Thursdays at 1 p.m. and Sundays at 5 p.m. And every week, a student-led prayer service begins on Thursday at 5 p.m. So even if you missed Ash Wednesday, there are still many ways to celebrate Lent without leaving campus.
To all organizations, clubs, and sports on campus, are you up for a challenge? LaSalle has come up with a TikTok challenge for students to make TikToks about what life as a student at LaSalle is all about. Students who want to participate must sign their organization up through the link in the @LaSalle Instagram bio. Next, organization must create a 15-second appropriate TikTok with students showing off their LaSalle gear. Finally, the TikTok must be emailed to students' social media, lasalle.edu, by March 2nd at 11:59 p.m. Winners get to choose from the following prize options: a $300 donation to the organization's philanthropy, a pizza party, or design your own t-shirt for your organization. Winners will be drawn at March 4th at the men's basketball game. Good luck TikToking.
The recipient of this year's Women in Leadership Award is Amy Lynn Flood, a partner with Vialto Partners and a prominent member of the LaSalle University community. Flood, who earned her degree from LaSalle in 1995, learned about the honor while she was in Las Vegas for a conference. She initially assumed that the group was seeking for suggestions for award nominees. Flood will be honored at the award luncheon on March 4th, which is given each year to an alumna who integrates LaSallian values into her personal and professional life while achieving career distinction and community engagement. Flood's decades of professional expertise and commitment to giving back to her community and LaSalle were praised by Eileen E. Riley, chair of LaSalle's Board of Trustees, who also noted that Flood is a role model to many for her outstanding character.
LaSalle is starting to create an oral history project comprised of alumni's favorite memories, collaborating with the company PCI. These stories will be put into a memory book and will be filled with pictures, audio recordings, and more. The books will be finished and ready to ship sometime in March. If you are an alumni and want to share your stories in the book, all you have to do is call 1-800-488-7419 to set up an interview time.
Speaking of alumni, the 1989 to 1990 LaSalle basketball team was honored Saturday afternoon before the game versus Massachusetts in Tom Gola Arena. After all these years, Speedy Morris watched the game footage from the 1990 NCAA tournament versus Clemson, the best team from the Atlantic Coast Conference that year. His team took a 16-point lead into halftime, but in the second half, LaSalle was outscored by 20 points and lost by 4, and the game stung for a while. Morrison, the basketball coach from 1986 to 2001, said he was watching the film for the first time and just reminiscing and watching his players when he said we should have been in the Sweet 16. Saturday was the annual Hall of Fame of Athletes induction ceremony at LaSalle. Not only was the 1989-1990 men's basketball team inducted into the Hall of Athletes, but Megan McGlinchey from the cross country and track and field teams and Ashley Gale from the women's basketball team were inducted as well.
Last week, the Army held its ROTC training in the Kirk Pool at Trumark Center. College students in the Army from LaSalle, Drexel, UPenn, Jefferson, and St. Joe's all participated in a swim test that takes place every 2 years. Donnie and Maddie had the chance to head over there and see what was going on.
We're here to train to be officers in the United States Army, so we go through a rigorous 4-year training. Your 4th year, you're actually leading the cadets, but for the first 3 years, you're preparing for camp, and then once upon graduation, you'll serve as a second lieutenant.
Okay, so this is CWST, Combat Water Survival Training. So technically the GAFB is not part of it, but the GAFB is a 100-meter swim that they have to do in full uniform, and then at the end they have to stay swimming and throw their wet OCPs, which is their uniform, onto the side of the pool. It's a lot harder than it looks. And then you've got the jump, the 3-meter jump. They have to hold out their rifle, extend it in their hands, and hold on to it once they hit the water, and then they swim to the side. And then we've got the gear removal over there, which is where they also hold out their rifle and they jump backwards into the water. They must stay submerged until they fully remove their flick, which is like a vest, and then they come back up. And then lastly, we've got the 15-meter swim, which is a 15-meter swim holding up their rifle. They have to make sure the barrel of their weapon is completely out of the water. All of the weapons here are dummy rifles, so they're completely fake. But yeah, that's it. The ultimate goal is to help prepare them for if they ever have to do any kind of water survival training or in real life. So just to make sure that they can handle being in full uniform in the water, swimming with their weapon or any extra gear, and make sure that they are safe when doing so.
I think perseverance is one of the biggest things, and I think just having that level of confidence in yourself. A lot of times you think you can't, you kind of second guess yourself right when you're about to go in the water, and that's kind of true with life as well. You know, you just got to do it, get your foot in the water, and see where it goes from there, and you'll surprise yourself. So. Yeah.
Welcome back. And guess what, music fans? The Roots Picnic is coming back to the Mann Center this upcoming June, featuring headliners Lil Uzi Vert, Philadelphia-based rapper, and New Jersey-based artist Miss Lauryn Hill. The picnic will kick off Friday, June 2nd with a live comedy show from Dave Chappelle and the Roots at the Wells Fargo Center. A 2-day festival will follow, featuring multiple stages on Mann campus in Fairmount Park. Aside from the headliners, the picnic will also feature the all-star band Soulquarians, as well as Philadelphia-based rapper Eve, Busta Rhymes, as well as R&B singers Ari Lennox, Lucky Day, and DVSN. The Roots Picnic was founded in 2007, starting out on Festival Pier at Penn's Landing. It was moved to the Mann Center in 2019 to accommodate for its growing popularity.
Pennsylvania Senator John Fetterman was hospitalized last Wednesday due to concerns for her mental health. Fetterman has battled with depression on and off throughout his life, but only recently did the disease begin taking a greater toll. Some auditory processing issues, which resulted from a stroke the senator suffered last May, are causing him listening difficulties, according to health officials. The stroke also left him with, quote, serious mental health challenges that have rendered the transition extraordinarily challenging, end quote. Fetterman has received admiration from many as he relays information about his mental health with a total transparency. He was released from the hospital last Friday returned to the Senate the following Monday.
A senior living center in Philadelphia is utilizing virtual reality to help elders. It's no secret that isolation during this time in life can come with many problems. To combat this senior living center is taking their residents on virtual reality tours. They take them to beautiful beaches in Bermuda to the glorious Andes Mountain. They have seen an increase in excitement and connectedness with residents and hope to visit many more places with their residents in the near future.
With that news, we're going to take a quick break, but stick around to hear about the Wells Fargo Center's newest show, a new Chick-fil-A sandwich, and how this 11-year-old from New Jersey is raising money for charity. I hate when I do this. Huh? I know.
You know you watch. You shouldn't be watching this. You should be watching LaSalle TV. Hey, watch LaSalle TV. You know you watch.
Man, Keegan is taking this You Know You Watch thing way too seriously.
You know you watch LaSalle TV. What to expect when you're expecting a teenager.
Today we're talking about how to wake up your teen, and this works literally every time.
Good kisses. Good kisses. You heard how loud
I heard. It wasn't you. Yeah. It was the...
Is that bacon?
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Masterman High, a self-made Philly debate team with no coach and no budget, took home a major win against well-funded rivals earlier this month at the 48th University of Pennsylvania tournament. 120 high schoolers arrived from 23 states, some with private school tuitions as high as $200,000. Masterman has built up its team over the years, hoping to grow even stronger than ever. The students have endured hundreds of hours of preparation, self-coaching, all in addition to normal schoolwork. Michael Camison, the team's advisor, loves the thrill of student competition, stating, quote, "This group of students are so passionate about this topic and about this event that you can't help it but match their enthusiasm," end quote.
A teenager in Northeast Philadelphia is helping people in need get their life's basic necessities. When 13-year-old Declan Cassidy gets in the car with his mom, who they meet might be more important than where they are going. Declan's mom started carrying Narcan on her when looking for her daughter, Amber. They often dropped off care packages to people in need. Declan realized that people living on the streets often needed socks. He started a fundraiser called Declan Socks last year. Declan has passed out more than 20,000 pairs of socks. About 2 years ago, Declan's sister came home and got clean. Amber was excited to hear about the nonprofit and is now part of his board. Now their entire family shares Declan's passion and helping people in need.
What started as a personal goal now turns into a milestone. 11-year-old Carter Dorley is on his way to breaking this milestone. On Saturday, February 25th, Brigantine native will have served for 1,000 straight days. Carter has not only been making a splash during his 1,000 days, but has been raising money for various causes along the way. Carter decided to bring his surfboard to the beach during the pandemic to work on his skills and has kept at it every day since. Carter has raised money for Brigantine's local food pantry, animals, children in Ukraine, and surfing. You can support Carter on his journey on his Instagram handle @CarterCatchesWaves.
This past President's Day weekend, the Jurassic World Live Tour returned to Philadelphia. The production told a story of survival and included actors doing live stunts and life-size dinosaurs operated by animatronics and the performers. The production features dinosaurs seen in a movie like Velociraptor named Blue and a 40-foot-long T-Rex. Those who attended the show had the chance to take photos with some of the dinosaurs before the show. The touring company describes the show online as a trip to that takes a terrifying and unexpected turn when dinosaurs escape and causes chaos in the park. The 1 hour and 50-minute long show stayed in Philadelphia from the 17th to the 20th, but has since moved on elsewhere.
Last week, Tori had the opportunity to sit down with Mel O'Hara, a public safety officer at LaSalle who runs her own small business called Savvy Crafters, an arts and crafts shop here in Philly. Let's take a look at what her business has to offer.
Hey guys, my name is Tori Walker, and today I'll be interviewing Mel O'Hara. She works as a public safety technical applications admin here at LaSalle. As a side hustle, she creates unique gifts and custom clothing for her business, Savvy Crafter. Hey Mel, thanks for coming on the show today. How are you doing today?
Good, I'm doing well. How about yourself?
For sure, I'm doing great. Love to have you on the show today. So first talk about like what really got you started into making these, unique. I know you have a little, stuff right here too, unique items. But first talk about how you got into this business and like how you're passionate about it and all that.
So I actually started when I became a mom.
Really?
Yeah. So everybody's familiar with Etsy. So I was a brand new mom and I wanted, the mama shirt.
Yeah.
So I was scrolling through and I found this shirt and I got the shirt and I forget what I paid, maybe like $22 or something, And I got the shirt and was like, okay, I could totally make this.
Really?
Totally make this. So then I started going down a rabbit hole with how do I go about starting to make t-shirts.
Mm-hmm.
I started with a Cricut. And now I am on to like sublimation, which is more like ink. It's like specialized ink that's infused in the shirts. But yeah, when I became a mom, that's kind of was, hey, I need something to do because my newborn is sleeping a lot. I'm on maternity leave.
For sure.
So yeah, that's kind of where I started.
So what would you say, how long has it been since like you've created all this stuff? Like when did you
2020.
Okay, 2020.
Yeah, 2020.
So how have you seen that grow so far?
A lot.
Really?
A lot of struggles.
I feel that.
But a lot of accomplishments, especially making new product and learning how to do something new. I'm always kind of like amazed at myself, like, oh wait, I could do that. But yeah, like I said, I go down rabbit holes with videos and tutorials and everything. So I'm always trying to learn something new.
Yeah, I love that. So when did you first know, I love talking to people about this, like about what they're passionate about, their businesses and all that. So when did you first know that you were, I could low-key, I can make something out of this? And when did you know that you was good at it?
Probably like a year in, especially when it comes to the Savvy Crafter, like the business aspect of it. It's like, a year in where, like I said, a lot of trial and error. Definitely. And, then it was, okay, I can make things for friends and family and see how they turn out. And, what's loved and, do people love it? Do people hate it? What's popular now? What's popular not? So I would say like a year in, I felt pretty comfortable. Like if outside people started contacting me for, product and, hey, can you do this? And I always tell people straight up, I will try it. And I will do my best.
Yeah, yeah.
If you hate it, tell me. But I will always find new things to do, and and I always try something. I will always at least give it the benefit of the doubt to try.
Definitely. So, I went on your Instagram page. I saw a lot of stuff on there, a lot of unique things that I never really saw before. So, talk about some of the things you make. I know you have your little, what's it called? Right here.
So these are the 20-ounce tumblers,
okay.
And what they are is, so with this process, it's the sublimation process that I was talking about.
Beautiful.
So basically, what it is they're coated with a special material, and the ink like bakes to the cup. I actually put this in, like I take the top off, and I actually wrap it around, like you print everything like on a full sheet of paper, and you wrap it, tightly wrap it. And I actually put this in like a convection oven and bake it. Really? And it comes out and it looks like this. And like I said, it's a 20-ounce tumbler. I can do like mugs, several different styles, but these are pretty popular.
Really?
These are popular actually for like bachelorette parties. Yeah. When they make like custom. Here's like another one. Same thing. You're just wrapping the paper, baking it. But like I said, that's called the sublimation. It's like, a lot of people call it dye sublimation, but I just say sublimation. Also, sublimation is, here's a shirt that I have, and you could tell like the different material. Like if you feel it, it's ink infused into the shirt, compared to like vinyl, to what like a lot of people will use, which is kind of right here too.
For sure.
It's like a raised effect. Vinyl's like more of like a raised effect.
So what would you say are some of your favorite items so far that you've created?
The tumblers.
Really? Yeah,
The tumblers
I
and the
low-key love them,
t-shirts.
I'm not gonna lie.
The tumblers because, so the tumbler comes in like all white. So they're usually just straight white tumblers. But the color effects, I mean, look at how vibrant the color is.
I know, yeah, definitely.
So
it's
that's
definitely an
kind
eye catcher to me,
Yeah.
you know.
There is limitations to the sublimation process. You can kind of typically only do white and like a light gray, or you can do other types of and it has to be 100% polyester. But they do make shirts that are kind of like 100% polyester, but it's like a cotton feel. Really? So like this is a sublimation shirt, but it's like a cotton feel. And you can see anything that's the color of the shirt. If there's white in your image, it will be the color of the shirt.
So what would you say, are there any challenges that you have come across into making all of this, you think?
There's a lot of challenges. What the customers expect. I try to do, like a lot of mock-ups. Like I'll design an image, or you know, I'll pull images together and kind of put it like on a shirt or a mug and do it as like a mock-up. But trying to get it, and it typically comes out as close as possible. But like most of the challenges are just learning and you know, placement. And it's like, oh, like, is it right? Is it faded? You know, so it's a huge learning curve.
Yeah, I could tell, definitely. So, you know, what's the bigger picture for you? Like, where do you see yourself within this business, this side hustle in the future, you think?
I would love to open up a little shop.
Definitely.
Like a little shop, you know, where I can do like things like on the spot. But right now, I've you know, work full time, so this is all late nights and early mornings and long weekends. But yeah, I would love to have like a little shop, so where people can come in and just shop, and then you know, place orders.
So tell the people, where can they find you? For sure.
So my Instagram page is Savvy Crafter, and it's SAVVI CRAFTER. Same thing with Facebook, and it's Savvy with an I, and I like to make sure that people know that because a lot of people spell savvy differently.
Definitely.
So.
For sure, I love that. That's awesome. So, well, that's all the time we have for today.
Thank
Feel free to stop by the communication room whenever you want. You have a free pass whenever you want.
Awesome. I will definitely stop by. I'll drop some things off.
Definitely. Now back to the desk with Erin and Casey.
A dolphin skull was found in someone's luggage in Detroit. The skull was trying to be smuggled in from an international flight returning to the Detroit Metropolitan Airport. According to CBP area port director Robert Larkin said, quote, "The possession of the wildlife items, especially those of protected animals and prohibited," end quote. The skull is in U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service possession and is being investigated further.
31 new emoji designs that will soon be available on iPhones have been revealed in the first beta version of iOS 16.4. A shaking head smiley, animals including a donkey, a moose, and a goose, and new heart colors are also part of the new emojis. According to Emojipedia, the simple pink heart emoji was frequently desired. The new emojis are all from Unicode's Emoji 15.0 recommendation list, which was released in September 2022. When the new emoji will be accessible on all iOS devices is yet unknown, and before they are officially released on iOS, their designs may change. The major emoji release from last year, iOS 15.4, featured a melting face, a biting lip, and a pregnant man.
A few weeks ago, Chick-fil-A launched the new Chick-fil-A cauliflower sandwich, which is only available at participating restaurants in 3 areas, including Denver, Colorado, Charleston, South Carolina, and North Carolina, Greensboro region for a limited time while supplies last. The cauliflower sandwich cannot be catered, but You can order it ahead for pickup or delivery from those select locations onto the Chick-fil-A app or online. The Chick-fil-A cauliflower sandwich is made from tender filet of a whole cauliflower that is breaded in their signature seasoning and pressure cooked in 100% refried peanut oil. Like the original chicken sandwich, the new cauliflower entree will be served on a toasted, buttery bun with 2 dill pickle chips. While some may consider the cauliflower sandwich vegetarian-friendly alternative, Chick-fil-A does not consider it vegetarian due to its cooking environment.
Olaplex, a popular luxury hair care brand, is facing a lawsuit from customers who say the products are causing significant hair loss, bald spots, and breakage. The lawsuit filed in California claims that Olaplex products have ingredients that cause damage instead of nourishing or restoring hair. 30 women joined together to file a mass action complaint in California on February 9th. Olaplex has denied all allegations, saying its products do not cause hair loss or hair breakage and are safe and effective. Olaplex added it is prepared to vigorously defend our company, our brand, and our product against these baseless accusations. Olaplex launched in 2014 and quickly gained popularity through beauty influencers' reviews on social media. The attorney of the complaint said she plans to amend it to add more plaintiffs in the future as more people are coming out with their stories online.
2 weeks ago, Turkey was struck with a devastating 6.3 magnitude earthquake, followed by a 7.5 magnitude earthquake. Just 60 miles away near the border of Syria, this happened only 2 weeks after the region had already experienced massive tremblors and a series of aftershock. This tragedy had left people trapped in already damaged houses. Turkish officers said so far, 41,000 people have been killed by these earthquakes. Many more have been injured, but the number are still rising. Turkish president added that around 1.6 million people are being housed in shelters. Rescuers are searching for people in the rubble, but chances of finding survivors are slim, and people are still on the streets after their homes have been destroyed, all throughout the region. Janelle Eli, a global spokesperson for the Red Cross, who spoke with the people of Syria and Turkey last week, said that the new tremblers have unsettled families and communities who've already had their sense of security shaken to the core. The people from these regions are hoping for a quick recovery, but for now, they are being cautious about what buildings around them are even safe.
The season of spring is approaching quickly, and with that comes new Easter treats and sweets. Everyone's favorite Easter candy, Marshmallow Peeps, has done it again and surprised us with another unique flavor. Peeps is partnering with the beloved soft drink Dr. Pepper for Dr. Pepper flavored Peeps. We've seen Dr. Pepper cupcakes, we've seen Dr. Pepper pulled pork sandwiches, but this is a first for Dr. Peeps. Yes, I just made up that name. Anyway, the new Peeps product is described to be sweet and refreshing, and they will be sold exclusively at Walmart. Head on down to your local Walmart and grab a box of Dr. Pepper Peeps for $10 while it's still early. Well, that just about does it for this episode of LTV News, but be sure to find us on the web as well as the rest of LaSalle TV on our Facebook page. We love to hear your thoughts, so tweet at us using our Twitter handle and start the conversation.
If you missed the scoop and want to see it, you can find episodes on our YouTube on our LaSalle TV Philly page.
Until next episode, from Tori, Donnie, Maddie, Casey, and the entire crew, I'm Erin Holly. Thanks for watching LTV News, where the action never stops.